Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your girl Wolfie here, and today I want to welcome you to the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with award winning. So, the first thing you want to do is select a data center. There's not much to do here, but basically state more or less where you're located so your ping to play the game is in ass cheeks. If you have friends, join them. If you don't, just pick an area that's suitable to your region on this planet, and there you go. If you want to play with the United States, your server choices are Aether, Primal, or Crystal. There's no real right answer, but pick either. Want to play with the Europeans? Pick Chaos or Light. The only right answer here is Chaos. Want to play with the Japanese? Elemental, Gaia, or Mana? Elemental is the only right answer here. But keep in mind, the game does kind of kick you out if you don't have a good enough ping to play in the other servers. So pick one that you can more commonly get into the game in the first place. Probably important. But, at the end of the day, I don't pay your sub. Character creation. The first thing you want to do is create your character. Make it something you're proud of. There are many races to choose from, but at the end of the day, it's your character, and again, I don't pay your sub, and I will never pay your sub. Once you're done and complete with building your character, whether it's a complete shitstorm or moderately okay, your last thing you need to do is name your character. Your character throughout the game will be addressed as you would in real life, but feel free to name your character anything you like. I chose to name the one in this video Press Buttons, because I would like to humbly remind everyone in my party to remember to press their buttons, and that they do in fact exist. So the next thing you do is choose your playstyle. So this is a hidden choice players make before ever truly beginning their journey in Final Fantasy XIV. But as soon as you see this first cutscene and you think to yourself, dang, I really hate movies. I don't want to be a part of this. Well, you can just simply press escape. Or I don't know what controller users do, but I'm sure there's a way you can just leave. But you just piece the fuck out and you can continue on your merry way. But honestly, if you're a real gamer and you want to allow the developers justice for their hard work, sitting back and viewing the free episodic series that you'll be granted throughout your journey of gaming is something I would highly recommend. But again, I still don't pay your sub. The next thing is settings, HUD layout, and key bindings. As soon as you're able to actually move around outside of making decisions that doesn't really matter, you'll be met with your HUD layout. There is no right or wrong way to set this up, but generally set it up in a way that you can press buttons that you need to press and that is comfortable to you. Generally speaking, I personally like to remove the hotkey numbers on the side of the hotbar because it turns out I have a pair of eyes and can read. I like to remove the cycle indicator on the side of the hotbar because cycling through hotbars is a foreign concept and it scares me. I like to ensure that I can see the HP percent of the boss so that I can know when to press LB. I like to have at least 3 hotbars set up for my abilities, 1 hotbar for crafting, 1 hotbar for miscellaneous things like mounts, minions, and teleporting, and another hotbar or 2 for class swapping, so I can put even less effort into the game than I do already. If you want a more detailed explanation on how I personally like to set this up, I'll probably upload a video in the future, TM, that explains my thought process behind my layouts and key bindings. The main takeaway here is to remove the fucking numbers on the side. I swear seeing that in any image invokes Ifrit's enrage in me. How fucking dare you. Quests. Throughout the game, you will be given quests. It's an MMORPG after all, and what that means is quest fetching. The most important one being MSQ, or main scenario quest. If you didn't move it from its original position, it's probably on the top left of your screen. This is the way that you progress in game and unlock dungeons, and most of the content. Most importantly, you get to watch cutscenes and make those around you learn the art of patience, or the thing you skip through as much as possible to reach endgame as quickly as possible, and then realize all you've done is take away the more enjoyable part of the game and left yourself with the grinding portion of the game, which is significantly more taxing and frustrating. Or not, depending on how much of a masochist you are. Blue quests and odd-looking quests. I feel like I need to bring this up, but these generally unlock emotes and side content that you would otherwise not have if you chose to ignore them. I highly recommend picking these up and knocking them out as soon as you can. Unfortunately, at level 50, you will be bombarded with a ton of these, but it's worth it because having these all unlocked means you'll be able to access more and more content of the game. Class unlocks are also blue quests, so basically it's a sign of, hey, this is kind of important, but not the end of the world if you don't do them. Bear in mind that if you choose not to do them and wonder why you don't have access to future content, this is probably the reason. And I'm definitely not saying that out of experience, because I'm perfect and I don't make mistakes. Odd-looking quests are just that. They look like a quest indicator, but look kind of odd because they're not a proper bubble or whatever. These usually do the same thing as blue quests. They're just kind of weird. I don't know why Square Enix chose to do this. Why do I choose to make content even though I know it'll never matter at the end of the day? What to do in new areas and cities. So you reached a new city or area in the expansive world that is Final Fantasy, and you're wondering to yourself, what do I do? Well, the first thing you want to do is flex your tutorial learned ability and attune to aetherites. In other words, expand your ability to teleport everywhere, and leave as quickly as my mom left my family as soon as I became an adult. This will be highly useful for when you have to inevitably backtrack to the areas where you have been. So I've compiled a list of some random tips that'll kind of make sense later as you're progressing through this story, but remember to use your Vesper Bay tickets that you will get when you need them. You get these for free during the MSQ, and it'll save you a lot of time of backtracking. If you lost them or something crazy happened along the way and you have no idea, can't find them, you can take your ass to Limsa Limensa and ride the boat next to the Fisherman's Guild over to Vesper Bay. It'll save you a lot of time backtracking, and it's just worth it. So love yourself, don't be like me. Dungeons will give you gear appropriate to your level, so don't be afraid to run a lot of dungeons if you need to gear up real quickly. A lot of early level stuff, there's no real limit, so don't worry about it. Just pick up any gear that you get as you're going through the dungeons and that you can wear, obviously. If you have downtime on a DPS job, let's say you're queuing into a dungeon and you're like, man, this is taking forever. Instead of just complaining that you're just sitting around, work on your crafters and gatherers. I know it's kind of mind-numbing, but one, it's something to do, and two, it'll save you time later and money in the game when you're able to just repair your gear and be better than everybody else who has to leave the dungeon to repair. Imagine not being able to repair your gear. Couldn't be me. Do your duty roulettes. If you press U on your keyboard, it will open your duty menu. If you're on a controller, I guess you just open up the duty menu while going through your main menu. I don't know how controllers work, but generally you open the duty menu and it'll give you a list of things that you can do. You get a daily bonus and it gives you a lot of experience. It's free, so I don't see why not. Main story quest, when you do unlock that, will be the longer one, but generally all of them give you good experience and it's worth doing. When you hit level 50, spend the poetics you've earned throughout your journey on Ironworks gear. This is located in Mordona, and it's basically free. It gives you a lot of stats, and it's going to make leveling in the future much easier. And any quests that you haven't completed up until that point, leading up to level 50, will be a cakewalk. So I highly recommend this, and this is pretty much your thing that you're going to do every time you get poetics, is spending it on gear, to make your life easy. Level 60, you will grab the Shire gear located in Idyllshire. When you hit level 70, you will get the Scavian gear located in Rhalgr's Reach. And then lastly, you'll get Cripplurker gear found in Yulmore. Now, as of the time of making this video, it's not Poetics yet, but by the time Endwalker comes out, it will be. So that will be the one that you will want to grab. But generally, this covers the majority of what you'll do in the overworld of Final Fantasy XIV. And this video is already kind of long. So I'm going to make another video that talks about basic combat mechanics, which is the other portion of the game. But hopefully this gives you a good start to the game, so you can learn all that other on your own. Thank you guys for watching, and please, by all means, be a little less bad today. See ya, see ya.